Hey, are you even paying attention to me right now?
Dear white people, I know that it could be difficult for you all to grasp onto the fact that you have privilege. And when someone tells you that you have privilege, it can sometimes come off as offensive towards you. Because in your mind, you're like, me privilege? No, I'm not. You're probably like, I grew up poor, like, my mama didn't have nothing, my dad didn't have nothing, which is probably true. And so this is where things get wonky. White privilege is not about what you didn't have while growing up. It's not about if your mama or your daddy couldn't hold down a steady job for long. White privilege is the acknowledgement that your skin color gives you different advancements in life. Now let me say this. It does not mean that we're diminishing your struggles as an individual, but it's letting everyone know that your skin color is not a part of those struggles. And I know that when a lot of white individuals hear this phrase like, oh, I have white privilege, they instantly get really defensive and they be like, well, you have privilege as a black girl, well, you have this, you have that, completely dismissing the fact that you do have white privilege. And so when people say that, I literally just look at them and I'll laugh because I think it's funny that you think that this is like a arguing, controversial topic. It's really not. It's actually a really great learning topic and discussion, especially once white individuals actually realize that they do have white privilege. They're going to be able to understand how to use their white privilege, and in this case, using your white privilege means to actually learn how to dismantle the oppressive system that was created. And when dismantling the system, it literally takes all of us, not just one group of people, because I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, we don't need them, we could do this by ourselves. Let's see how far that will take us.
When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It kinda makes me laugh.
My girlfriend and I call that the abuse hold. Every once in a while while we're walking, I just grab her by the neck and say, I'm doing the abuse hold. Come with me. That's weird. It's cute as a joke. Your man walks. You're not a dog. Get out.
Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
This just came out about how at Lululemon being black is off-brand, and I think everyone should go and read this, but let me quickly summarize. The article basically talks about how black employees at Lululemon felt like they were just kind of passed over for promotions, etc., etc. But the thing that I find very intriguing about this, for years, I thought everyone was kind of aware of how racist Lululemon was. I don't remember how long ago this was, but a couple years back, there was the whole thing about how the CEO said the reason he picked the name or he really liked the name is because it's hard for people with Asian accents to say it. And, just constant being followed around in stores and stuff like that. It's clear they would like their audience or their brand to be associated with white women, like the wellness white women. But unfortunately, I, like most people, forgot about those situations until stuff like this comes up. Like, I own a couple of line jackets. I've bought my boyfriend Lululemon in the past. But this article also reminded me of that whole thing about how people have been saying that a lot of companies hire people of color or minorities or people that are not the, typical cishet white man in their companies, and then for diversity, and then when those diversity hires start sharing their diverse opinions, experiences, things that would actually help and benefit the company, they're like, oh no, we kind of just hired you here for a face, not for a voice. We're starting to see this a lot, especially with people talking about Palestine and their workplaces. I remember reading an article about, I don't know if it was an article or a Twitter thread about this lady who was working at the New York Times, and she is Palestinian. And anytime she would write things from a Palestinian perspective about between Israel and Palestine, the New York Times would basically be like, ma'am, no, we think you're a little bit too biased for this, so we're going to have you step back. But if they needed her cultural opinion on things for a fun little article, they wanted her to yap. So It's like they want you in this position only for the fact to show face, but let you actually do your job and sometimes even try to save face. It's lights out.
I didn't even think about it this way, like at all. I didn't even think about this perspective pertaining to people in Congo, children in Congo. The children being forced to mine have no idea our realities exist. They don't know they're mining to make phones and laptops for those wealthy enough to buy them. They wear no protective gear because the tunnels collapse so often that their slavers deem them disposable. Oh my God. And people think, oh, I'm not smart enough to talk about this. I'm not an activist. I don't talk politics. I wanted to learn more. I mean, look, you guys, it's not rocket science. People are suffering and they just need a voice. We are big voices. We are influencers. I mean, this is one of the things we're supposed to do as influencers. Use our voice. Make change. Be influences.
Some fun vintage ads proving women did indeed have it better in the 50s, so stop complaining, ladies. This ad for a bowling center encourages you to have some fun tonight by beating your wife. We love a good domestic violence joke. Advertisement for STDs because loose women may also be loaded with diseases. Why yes I am, with all of them, every single one. Buy your woman a Hoover vacuum for Christmas to show her you care, she'll love it. Also, please let your wife come into the living room. Wow, what a privilege. No wax flooring so women can finally get up off their knees. No thank you, I would like to stay here. I am tired. 1935, you've won him, now you must keep him with this amazing soap guaranteed to make you pretty forever. Silva Thin cigarettes, claiming cigarettes are just like women because the best ones are thin and rich. This ad is intended to shame men into joining the army by telling them don't be a woman, be a man, go unalive innocent people. 1940s ad for a dishwasher, I believe, stating, look, I'm a mother. I take care of my children. The moon isn't gonna clean itself, so get this oil and get on it, ladies. And my favorite, 1950s Chlorodent toothpaste. There's another woman waiting for every man. So, if you have bad breath in the morning, you will get cheated on during the day with another woman who doesn't have bad breath. Nice. Maybe we wouldn't have bad breath if you just learn how to wash your dick.
Can I tell you a secret? So I may or may not have gotten so fed up with not only the state of this country, but the state of this world, that I have been working on something that I think will help all of us. I may or may not be part of a group of TikTokers that are trying to make it easier for all of us to organize and make sure that our diverse and actually progressive voices are heard. And we may or may not be working on a way for us to make serious change without us worrying about where we're going to end up financially, physically, spiritually, or emotionally after that change is made. No more status quo. Screw just talking about the revolution. The revolution is here. Stay tuned for more.
Bethlehem, the city that Jesus was born in, have decided to not decorate for Christmas this year to show their solidarity with the people of Gaza, and you guys can't even boycott Starbucks Christmas drinks?
I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. Not only was I born and raised in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I am also a refugee. The Congolese people are no stranger to war. In fact, many people can't even pinpoint if the war ever ended or when it truly started. What we do know is what it's about and what it has done to our beautiful Congo. Congo is one of the world's largest producers of cobalt, which is used for batteries and all of your electric cars. We are also one of the world's largest producers of coltan, which is used for your phone. Right now in the DRC, women, children, men, people are being forced into slavery in order to continue to produce these resources so the world can keep spinning while our people continue to suffer. These rebel groups are being funded by America, France, Britain, Israel. In 2016, I was doing pageants. I was straight out of college, advocating for this, fighting for this. And all of those years ago, it consumed me. All I could do was try to fight for my country, was do all I can in my power to fight for my country. And it feels like it was useless. It feels like nothing has changed. And those were years ago. Fast forward to 2023, and women are still being raped. Kids People are still being killed in ways that we cannot even say, we cannot even express without losing our minds, because it is inhumane what is happening to people in Congo. It feels like no matter what we do, it just never ends. No matter how often we participate in fundraisers, we join support groups to end conflict, we raise awareness, it does not feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I think I just kind of gave up. I feel like I had to give up. Like I have to live my life without feeling like I'm in this constant just slum of what is this world? And sometimes it takes a lot for us to come on here and try to raise awareness when something is this close to home, when something hits this close to home. Here is a few things you can do. You can support diplomatic efforts to end the conflict. Of course, you can always donate as well. And if you're comfortable and if you can emotionally handle it, you can learn more and raise awareness. It's almost like the people of Congo never stood a chance. We never stood a chance.
And now I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening. When all of a sudden, I hear this agitating, grating voice.
Welcome to British Classics, Episode 7, Chicken Tikka Masala.
How do you run out of British food by episode 6? Do you not have any more British food?
Update: South Africa has officially voted and the results are in. They will be cutting ties with Israel and they will be moving to close down the Israeli embassy in South Africa.
I had to unblock Joe Biden to get this photo. Let's talk about how ridiculous this man looks. I'm not gonna make the same joke that's in the comments, oh, Joe Biden can't call for a ceasefire even on his cake. But I do recommend going to the comment section. There's some really golden ones. Satan watching the earth burn. It's also giving this. But let's talk about the irony of this photo. Joe Biden is gripping, smiling, celebrating with flames about how old he's turning. And at the same time, he has helped provide resources and denied a ceasefire that would have allowed thousands of Palestinian children to live. Amount of babies that didn't even get to have a first birthday. Or those who did get to have a birthday and were orphaned right after. Or this boy who was counting down the days to his birthday and passed right before. Yet Genocide Joe, sorry, wrong photo again, gets to watch the world burn.
Probably because people start scrolling past now, because this is an entertainment app. What can we do to help Palestine? Honestly, as a viewer, oh my friend, let me help you. There are 3 things you can do right now. The first thing is support creators that are donating their creativity fund. Yes! And that is just by watching 5 seconds of their 1-minute videos like you're doing right now. Not just me, but other creators are doing this. So look out for those videos and support them by watching just 5 seconds of their bloody video. The second thing you can do is help by using their filters, because they are donating the revenue that is generated from those filters. I currently have 3 filters that are specific to Gaza. Let me show you. So this is one. You play with your finger. That sounds not. This is the second filter. It used to be who has a crush on you, but now I made it specific to the cause. You can just use it like this. You don't have to show your face. And this is the third filter. It just says Free Palestine. And you can just talk about Palestine and Gaza and what's going on, okay? And the third thing that you can do, which does require money, is purchasing Free Palestine merch. And 100% of the profits go to Gaza. Again, quite a lot of creators are doing this and I am one of them. So when you go to my profile and click on Shumi Beauty Box or Overload Comedy merch, 100% of the profits will go to either anera.org or Human Appeal. Those are the 2 charities I am currently supporting. And those are the 3 ways you can help right now, okay?
I am my mother's savage daughter, the one who
journalist Farah Omar and her cameraman were just killed on the border of Lebanon, reporting about Palestine. Another journalist that was also killed with them, but the Al Mayadin TV, which she was working for, is saying that they were deliberately targeted. The director of Al Mayadin said that it was a direct attack, it was not by chance, noting that it came from an Israeli government decision this month to block access to the channel's website. She was very young and she had dedicated her life to being a journalist and kind of dispelling the propaganda coming out. Israel blacklisted Al Mayadin TV last week, accusing it of wartime efforts to harm Israel's security interest and to serve the enemy's goals. I don't think it's a coincidence that just days after they blocked the TV channel from Israel, they just murdered these two journalists. Since November 20, there are at least 48 journalists, most of them Palestinian, who have been murdered in what is happening right now in the Middle East, and that is not a coincidence. If they were white, they would be on every single breaking news headline, but they're not. They're Middle Eastern, they're Arab, and they were talking about Israeli propaganda.
الله يمسيك بالخير يا حاج.
الله يمسيك بالخير والسعادة.
احنا قاعدين مش متزحزحين منه.
ولا حنتزحزح، والله لو بدهم يجيبوا ب 35 كمان يضربونا ما نطلع من هالبلاد. ايش ما تسووا على الفاضي، لأنه البلاد بلادنا. وعلى الفاضي تجيبوا اساطيل، تجيبوا طيران، تجيبوا كاسحات الغام على الفاضي.
رغم القصف وهدوا بيتك حنضلنا في البيت موجودين.
رغم القصف ورغم هدوا بيتي برضه حضل في بيتي.
الله يديك
مش حطلع من بيتي.
الله يقويك يا حاج.
والله ما بطلع الا غير جدتي حامده.
الله يقويك.
ان شاء الله لغير ننتصر عليكم.
يا رب.
وقلت لا.
يا رب.
حتى لو الدول العربيه والدول الاوروبيه تآمرن معكم برضه على الفاضي، لانه احنا اصحاب الحق.
واحنا اصحاب الارض.
واحنا اصحاب الارض. ودمرتوها حنعاود نبنيها،
حنعمرها.
كسرتوا قتلتوا الشجره برضه حنعاود نزرعها وتطلع، وان شاء الله ناكل من ثمرها
يا رب.
وان شاء الله حننتصر عليها.
الله يديك الصحه.
اجلا واجلا ان شاء الله.
الله يديك الصحه.